We want to go back out to Jack's Beach right now. You see our camera there moving. That's all the wind that is blowing out there at the beach at this hour. You can see that rain right there on that camera, Heather.
So let's check back in now with Michaela Lucero. I know you're watching the radar closely. Where's the stormiest area right now, Michaela?
Well, Heather, we are continuing to track this storm, and the heaviest rainfall still off to our south, but you can see Hurricane Nicole is continuing to develop. Now, like Tim said early on, we're not expecting any more strengthening from this system. However, we're going to still watch very heavy rainfall pass through the first coast throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow as well. So there's that defined eye of the system that we saw come through earlier this evening. Now, some of those outer rain bands are just now starting to spill into the first coast. It's not super heavy rainfall right now. It's just some lighter showers, but with the gusty winds that are coming through, the breezy winds are what's pulling in that rain, and it's making it so hard to see through because it's blowing rain. All right, here is a look at just some timing of when we're going to start to see some of this along the first coast. Flagler County around 2 a.m. That's when you'll start to get the heaviest rainfall passing through your area, and it's going to continue to pass through Thursday morning and into the afternoon. So this is a look at what we're seeing at the moment. This is a still image across the first coast, and there is that line of showers starting to pass through all of Duval County, St. Johns County, Flagler and Putnam as well. You are all under some showers at the moment, and again with the gusty winds, that blowing rain is making it very difficult to see outside, and that rain and the wind. The wind itself is quite chilly. A little bit more of a zoomed in look at the moment. If you are out on the roadways, well, don't be. This is one of those nights where just stay inside, wait for this storm system to pass, because we do have some nice weather in the extended forecast. Winds, they are gusty. Like I was telling you, that blowing rain makes it very difficult to see outside. Sustained winds between about 25 to 35 miles an hour, with wind gusts at the moment anywhere between about 35 to close to 40, some spots even 50 miles an hour. Now, these winds are going to continue to pick up over the next about day or so. With a look at that extended forecast, let's get you over to Chief Meteorologist Tim Deegan.
All right, thank you, Michaela. So I've heard many of you tried, I think, picture in your head to find, so where is the hurricane and where is the nor'easter? Really think of it as we have a hurricane within the larger nor'easter. So this is the hurricane basically on the southern perimeter of this large area of low pressure, in which right now winds gusting up to over 40 miles per hour extend 460 miles to the north. That's why tropical storm warnings now extend from South Florida all the way up through South Carolina. So here's just one particular computer model of what's going to happen. It's not necessarily the best model, but I think it gives us an overall idea. Remember, Michaela was showing you that well-defined eye. Here we are at 2:30 in the morning, and this is where we're saying the center going ashore of the eye. That's at about Vero Beach. Here's what we call the eye wall. That's going to stay to the south of us. It's this band of activity. Did you feel the cooler air over the last 24 hours? That was cool Canadian air that came down the coastline. That's basically one of the reasons why that nor'easter became so strong. But now the warm tropical air is going to try to come up against it, and it's where those two contrast that the band of heavier rain and thunderstorms will blow through during the morning hours and then work off to the west and to the northwest. That's why I painted when the gustiest winds would be, when the heaviest rains will be over this large area. And again, coincidentally, is happening at about the same time as the high tide tomorrow morning. There's the seas offshore of us coming up to 25. Right now, east of Daytona Beach, they're actually, or east of the Cape, they're at about 33 feet. We think they'll peak east of us at about 20 to 25. Here are the high tide times tomorrow morning through about midday. Again, that water can't drain if the rains are coming down when it is high tide. I showed you Flagler, St. Johns, and Duval. Here are the numbers and the forecast for those of you in Nassau, Camden, and Glenn counties. For Clay and Putnam, pretty similar to Ian. Black Creek, as long as we only get 5 inches, you're fine. If we get 10, might have a problem. That would be tomorrow night. And then again, the main concern for those of you out toward the Swanee and up toward the Okefenokee will be the increasing chance of at least isolated tornadoes later on Thursday and in toward Friday. Remember, though, by sunset Friday, we should be all clear.
All